Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, what I'm going to be doing is talking to you about why I dry detangle my hair versus detangling my hair while it's wet, and why I use coconut oil to do so. So if you're interested to find out why I do the things I do, just keep on watching this video. Okay, so first let's talk about dry detangling versus detangling your hair while it's wet. So let's talk about how I stumbled upon dry detangling. So one day I ran out of my conditioner. So prior to this, I always detangled my hair before I went in the shower because it just works out best for me. So on this particular day, I ran out of my rinse out conditioner, the conditioner that I use to detangle. So I said, what do I have in the house right now that I can use to detangle my hair? So I decided to use the coconut oil because every time I apply coconut oil to my hair, it not only smells great, but it immediately becomes softer. So what I did is that I dampened my hair and then I added some coconut oil to it, and I went from there and finger detangle. It turned out so great. My hair was so moisturized after shampooing it because I left the coconut oil on there, and the detangling wasn't any worse than if I used conditioner. If anything, it was a little bit better because it was a lot less messy. When looking to decide what video I want to do for you guys, I said, what's something in my regimen that I stumbled upon and I don't know why it works so well for me? And that was dry detangling. So I decided to go online and do my research and find out why it works so well for me. I read the article, I read the abstract of the article because that was what they provided, and it pretty much talked about why they did what they did, what they used, and their findings. So let's talk about what they found. I have notes because I want to make sure that I got this perfectly right for you guys, so you guys are getting accurate information. I'll also link the article down below as well as the citation, so you guys can find more about the article and read the full thing if you would like to. So they pretty much compared coconut oil to mineral oil and sunflower oil to determine which oils penetrate the hair better. What they found is that two things. Coconut oil was, out of those oils, it penetrated the hair shaft better. And the reason for that is because of its molecular weight and the way it is strung. So in other words, how the bonds, the atoms that make up coconut oil are linked is what helps it to penetrate the shaft of the hair. So they also found that coconut oil really helps to protect against protein loss. Preventing against that loss keeps your hair strong and good. So that's what they found for coconut oil. And one of the things that I thought was very important that they spoke about in the abstract was that it helps to prevent hydro fatigue. And if you do not know what hydro fatigue I will try my best to explain it. So what happens is that the hair expands and contracts when water is applied to it, and sometimes too much water gets into the hair shaft and it expands beyond a point of being able to come back and contract. So that causes your hair to have a limp feel and look, and it dries out really fast because it can't hold any moisture in, and it kind of looks like when you have heat damage. I'm going to link a video down below by Green Beauty that explains hydro fatigue and speaks about it really well, because she is also really great explaining the science behind a lot of the products that we use on our natural hair and the things that we do with our natural hair. So that is what I found out about coconut oil, and I was like, well, I'm using coconut oil now. I'm going to keep doing it because it was working before, and now I have an understanding of why it works so well. The second thing that I looked up was, why do I dry detangle my hair versus detangling my hair when it's wet? Because here on YouTube, especially when I first went natural in 2010, a lot of it was, don't detangle your hair when it's dry, always do it when it's wet because it's the best thing for your hair. And because dry detangling works so well for me, I was like, why am I so different than what everyone is saying is best for your hair? So because of that, I went and I researched to find out what happens to your hair when it's wet versus what happens to your hair when it's dry. So what I found out, again, through article and also through looking at cosmetology Q&As and stuff like that online, I found that your hair is in its weakest state when it is wet. And the reason for that is that the hydrogen bonds that link the keratin together are weakened by water. So when you apply water to your hair, those bonds are weaker and they're more likely to break apart while you're combing your hair or pulling at your hair. So think of it this way: when you want the best braid out or the best twist out or any style you're doing, whether it's curl formers or flexi rods, whatever it is, you want your hair to be soaking wet because your hair takes the shape better. And the reason for that is that the same hydrogen bonds are weakened. So when you shape your hair, while it's wet, those bonds are able to shift and move to how you want them to look. So that's the reason why hairstyles on wet hair or hairstyles using products that contain water turn out a lot better than if you do it on dry hair with little to no product. So that is what I found out about dry hair versus wet hair. So I said to myself, then why would I detangle my hair when it is in its weaker state instead of detangling when it is dry? So I know dry detangling just sounds like I am just scraping a comb through my dry hair, but like I said, that's not what happened. That's not what's going to happen, or that's not what I do when I detangle my hair. I didn't do it when I detangled my hair when it was wet and had conditioner in it, and I'm not going to do it now that I'm detangling on dry hair. So if you'd like to see how I detangle my natural hair when it's dry with coconut oil, just keep on watching.
My dear, I want you here, but don't get too near, for those lions beware. Oh, Bambi, I won't lie. If I were in the spider web of mine, if Crawford never had 7 wives, then darling, you would be love of my life. Oh, Bambi's my design. To run the jungle, I must be alive, or be a cheetah, but it is fine. Don't wanna hurt my dear love of my life. Bambi, 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 my dear, my dear, my dear, Bambi, my dear, I want you here. Don't get too near, for this lion's beware. Sometimes I hide, when you FaceTime I text you back a lie, 'cause I'm afraid to look back in your eyes. I'm terrified you're well out of my life. The man I'm on the drive, they will be jealous of this lullaby. I'll drink alone in my hotel and cry, 'cause now they know you are love of my life. Bambi, 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 my dear, my dear, my dear, Bambi, my dear, I want you here, but don't get too near, for this lion's beware. Bambi, I wish that we were forever young. I always knew that this day will come, to fork in the road where I cannot run, between loving many and loving one. I got the wedding invitation, Bambi. I'm happy that she wants to make a family, but I cannot promise I won't run up in the church that's screaming you're not me. No one can take you from me, Bambi. No one can take you from me, Bambi. No one can take you from me, Bambi. Bambi, Bambi.
Thank you for watching my video. I know I look crazy, but hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.
Oh yeah, Bambi, Bambi, my dear, my dear, my dear.